Thank you all for coming to your induction. All right. We were founded in 2001 by a visionary named Gary Turak, with our purpose of helping individuals discover and achieve their dreams through education and leadership. Our largest leadership honor society in the United States with 700 plus chapters with 1 million plus members. Our mission, of course, building leaders who make a better world. We are so pleased to welcome you all, our current members, esteemed faculty, family, and friends who are watching. As we recognize the efforts and achievements of men and women being inducted today into the National Society of Leadership and Success. Move this mask. All right, there's not going to be a video here. I'm just going to tell you about our membership process. Our chapter of NSLS was founded to help our members create success they want by enabling them to engage in reflection and self-exploration. The NSLS provides members with tools for action and inspiration to hold them accountable, as well as motivation to achieve our goals. This is a place for members to join in with other student leaders in success networking teams, or as you guys know them better, SNTs, where they interact with one another to create and achieve personal goals. To our inductees, you guys, after today's ceremony, you are going to be officially inducted members of NSLS. Finally made it, right? Your completion of this membership requirements is just the first step in a larger journey you now share with fellow members. All right. Some of the benefits you have had are listed up here. And they are only the beginning of something much larger you will continue to have as benefits for years to come, not only while you're here at VCSU, but also long after you graduate. You may ask yourself, how can I use these skills I've learned with NSLS and apply them to my college career now? Well, to answer that question, I would advise you to go into the advanced or executive leadership certification. It allows you to continue in NSLS and lead new leaders into becoming inducted members as well. Now I would like to introduce our keynote speaker, who has been with us for a while now, Dr. Erin Klingenberg, Interim Dean of Student Affairs. She's a woman who began her career here at VCSU as a coach and professor in Health and Physical Education Department. She also coached volleyball and softball, and then, as she currently is now, in the position of Director Counseling Services, and I'm sorry, I said that wrong. She's not in that right at this moment. Okay, she went into Director of Counseling Services and Psychology Professor. She has served as director for 30 years. As of March 1st of this year, she has begun to assume the responsibilities and duties of Interim Dean of Student Affairs, and she will fully transition into the position as of June 1st. Please welcome Dr. Erin Klingenberg.
She's going to set her top of it.
Ready? All right. Well, good evening. Thank you for your invitation to speak with your group tonight. I'm happy to be here with you, and I'm honored to have been asked to share the evening with you and give you a few words about my leadership and how I got to where I am. You are all leaders at VCSU, and you're all our future leaders of our community, of our region, and of our nation. A quick review of my journey. Thank you, Sarah. You did mention a few things, and I'll just quickly probably include some of that. I graduated with my bachelor's degree from Jamestown College, now University of Jamestown, with a major in health, physical education, and recreation, and history education. I was planning to make a career of teaching high school history, PE classes, and coaching. Well, after 3 years of teaching at that level, my husband and I decided to go back to grad school. After finishing my master's degree in health and physical education, I began my teaching career here at Valley City State and coaching. Before I was here, I was at NDSU Bottineau, which is now Dakota College at Bottineau. Teaching and coaching brought my husband and I here to Valley City as there was positioning opens here at VCSU and also at the high school. I taught in the HPE department, now KHP, and coached women's volleyball and softball. I returned to graduate school to earn a second master's in counseling and supervision. Thus began my career as the Director of Counseling Services. As of March 1st, as Sarah mentioned, I did accept the responsibilities of Interim Dean of Student Affairs. I began some of those responsibilities immediately, and I will fully transition into that position by June 1st. In hindsight, I now see how my career path has always led me to leadership positions. I've held leadership positions at the local, state, and national level within my professional organizations. However, I'm not here to talk about me tonight. I'm here to encourage you to recognize and embrace the leadership opportunities that are being presented and will continue to be presented to you both personally and professionally. Here we are here this evening to discover. For a moment, go back in your minds to an early memory of the first time you ever discovered something. Maybe it was when you were very young and it was something as simple as discovering an object that could float in the water. Perhaps it was later as you struggled with multiplication tables until that magic moment when you discovered that it was the reason behind it and it all became clear. Whatever the occasion was for you, trying to think back to that time and remember how you felt, I'm sure there was joy in that discovery. Your mind rejoiced in its new knowledge, and something that had been incomprehensible suddenly became clear. It was the joy of learning, and for that moment, it brightened your life. Tonight, we are on the brink of discovery again, discovering our leadership skills and opportunities for leadership and the responsibility for leadership. Through the ideas and insights, we'll be able to open our minds to new avenues that may well lead each of us to discover a new aspect of knowledge, understanding, and leadership. It's an opportunity to be cherished. For this is what we have to offer you tonight. No answers, but opportunities. Opportunities to open your minds, opportunities to expand your perspective, opportunities to exchange our ideas, and in that exchange to come to a new understanding and appreciation for leadership. We have the wondrous opportunity to use our minds to discover each other and to share in that unique exchange of ideas and bring about the fulfillment of knowledge and leadership. We all can and do make a difference through leadership. Way back when my son came home from first grade and kindergarten, I asked him how things had gone. Terrible, he said. Well, naturally, I tried to get to the bottom of his comment, and finally the truth came out. There's 3 boys and 10 million girls in my class. That was then, and of course, today I'm sure he'd relish in those odds. Naturally, he exaggerated, but at that stage of his life, he was feeling overwhelmed. When we began to feel overwhelmed, it is easy to feel insignificant. I'm only one student here at Valley City State. What can I do? I'm only one citizen among many citizens of the region. What can I do? I'm only one human being among all the human beings on this planet. What can I do? Yes, it's easy to feel that way. When we perceive ourselves as tiny and unimportant, when we perceive ourselves as not mattering in the scheme of things, We began to look at what we do as incidental and insignificant in a cold, unfeeling world. When we do these things, it is easy to adopt an attitude of, why bother? It doesn't matter anyway. Of course, when we feel that way from time to time, we wouldn't be human if we didn't. It is important, however, that we recognize this for what it is, a momentary setback. A time when the pressures of the world have gotten to us, a time when we are momentarily overwhelmed by all the demands as we approach finals week. That's when we carry each other through leadership. Why should I vote in elections, for example? My vote is only one single mark among many. If I didn't vote, it wouldn't matter anything. It wouldn't change anything. I'm only one person. What is a vote? Well, I'll take you back to a little history class lesson from my former classroom. Thomas Jefferson was elected president by one vote in the Electoral College. So was John Quincy Adams. President Hayes was elected president by one vote. His election was contested and referred to the Electoral Commission, where the matter was again decided by a single vote. The man who cast the deciding vote for President Hayes was himself elected to Congress by a margin of one vote. California, Washington, Idaho, Oregon, Texas gained statehood by one vote. And the successor of Abraham Lincoln, President Andrew Johnson, was saved from impeachment by, you guessed it, one vote. We are important, each and every one of us, and what we do does make a difference. It makes a difference now and tomorrow and the day after. If we give up, if we feel that we cannot make a difference, then that difference we make will be a negative one. If, however, we know that what we can do now will have an effect tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, then we will do our best at all times, and that best will make a positive contribution to VCSU, our communities, and our nation. If we believe this, then we won't try to be interesting, we will be interested. We won't wait to be loved, we will be lovable. We won't ask to be helped, we will be helpful. We won't wait to be led, we will be leaders. It is said that to get anywhere in this world, you have to know someone important. I think that's partially true. You do have to know someone important. You have to know yourself. Knowing yourself, knowing what you can and cannot do, and trying to do your best in each and every situation, believing that what you do today is important and will affect tomorrow, striving with this in mind to do what you can do when you can do it, will make the world a better place for all of us. That is leadership. Just imagine a world filled with people who know that what they do will make a difference and who strive consciously to make that difference. That world is a reality within our grasp and with your leadership. Finally, I'd like to tell you a story by author Richard Carlson. It's about a wise man who lived long ago in a faraway land. This wise man was very kind and loving and was consequently much loved by the people of his ancient land. In that same land, there was a nobleman, a prince, who disliked the wise man. He saw the wise man as taking from him the love of his people. The people listened to the wise man, and that angered the prince. One day, the prince said to his followers, quote, I have a plan where I can discredit that wise man, a way in which I can make him appear to be a fool. Each day, that wise man goes to the marketplace where he speaks to the people and gives them advice. Tomorrow, when the people gather, I will go to the square and disguised as a peasant, and in my hand I will hold a white dove. When the crowd gathers, I shall raise my voice above the crowd and say, Wise man, I have a simple question for you. This dove which I hold in my hand, is it alive or is it dead? Now, while this appears to be a simple question, it is not. For if he says it is dead, I will open my hand and let the bird fly away. If he says it is alive, however, I will crush that bird in my hand and let it fall dead to the ground. Either way, he will be mistaken. Either way, he will appear to have made a mistake. Either way, it will appear that he cannot even tell the difference between a living and a dead bird. Either way, he will be discredited in the eyes of the people." Unquote. The next day came, And true to his word, the prince disguised himself as a peasant, and taking a white dove, he went to the marketplace. There he waited until the crowd had gathered, and the wise man had appeared. He made his way to the front of the crowd and raised his voice. "Wise man," he shouted, "I would ask you a simple question. The dove which I hold in my hand, is it alive or is it dead?" The crowd grew quiet, and all eyes turned toward the wise man. The wise man paused, looked at the prince, and spoke. "That which you hold in your hand, it is what you make of it." It is what you make of it, wise answer from a wise man. Whether the dove which the prince held was alive or dead depended on the prince and what he did with what was in his hand. Tonight, I leave you with leadership in your hands. What will you do with it? Will it be alive to soar and grow and flourish, or will it fall to the ground dead and unused? In the words of the wise man, it is what you make of it. Thank you, congratulations, and let's celebrate.
I may need help.
Get it?
No.
There you go.
That was a struggle. Thank you, Dr. Erin Klingenberg. I appreciate your time coming in and speaking to this group. This has been a fun group. Oh, I'm sorry. If you guys don't know, I'm Carrie Strickland, the advisor to NSLS. I think this has probably been my funnest year being the advisor, and more so this semester. Last semester, kudos to you guys. You guys got through a tough semester, basically doing it all online and through Teams and those platforms. But I have never seen more people at the speaker broadcasts that were put out this past semester, in person, when you did have the option to be sitting in your room or your house, you know, Zoom up top, pajamas on the bottom or whatever. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to see you guys all here tonight. But let's just continue on with our program. Do I have to switch to a slide?
Yes.
What? Okay, I'm a PC, not a...
Click on this little arrow.
Okay. NSLS offers honorary membership awards, and this year I would like to present Dr. Klingenberg with an honorary membership into the National Society of Leadership and Success. Dr. Klingenberg, you know, your credentials that were presented, I just also have to say, when I was a student, Erin was also the advisor to the Student Activities Board, which is now VCAB.
Yep.
And
Carrie was a student member.
yes, I was probably on my 6th year here, but I made it and I graduated in it, and it doesn't matter. But I have to say, when I was a student and Erin took over and I became involved in the activities program, we connected, and Erin and I have stayed connected as friends throughout my journey after I graduated, and then I came back here, and she's just one of my lifelong best friends, and I'm so happy to have you come in and speak tonight, and I'm just honored to give you this because it represents what you do for this campus, for others, and for the students, and very student-centered and focused. So thank you.
I accept this with gratitude and
Yep.
humbleness.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carrie.
So, I also have another award that's not on the schedule because I didn't want this person to know. But Sarah, could you come up, please? Sarah, I would like to present you with the Outstanding Student Leader. Sarah, there we go. Sarah came into National Society program last fall, not in 2019. She went through it. Then spring semester came, and she came up to me like halfway into the semester, and she goes, I'm doing the advanced leadership track, and it was a new program that NSLS had introduced. I didn't know anything about it. It's very much on you to go through this program. Like, I didn't even know the steps. I still don't really know the steps. So Sarah started doing that, and I mean, Sarah is she's a soft-spoken, quiet individual, but man, have I seen you grow as a leader. When I approached Sarah about potentially moving into the vice president position for in the fall, she thought about it, and then she said, yeah, I think I can do that. And then spring came around, and the then president, Lib Brochures, she moved on, and Sarah took over. And Sarah is not one to say no. Anytime we needed a speaker broadcast or a leadership training day or anything, Sarah was the first one to say, I can do that. I can run that. And I was nervous because Sarah is a quiet person by nature, but when she's in there, she speaks with confidence, and she's there to help. And I just think Sarah epitomizes what outstanding student leadership is. So I would like to present this with you.
Thanks.
And also give you, as the president, a notebook binder to have to continue on in your journey with NSLS. And I just appreciate everything that you've done. So thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
So if anyone's thinking of the advanced leadership or executive, I think someone sent me an email, and I've got like 12,000 emails that I need to delete. So I have to eventually go back and find that. But I know someone reached out to me about that. Sarah would be a great resource to ask for further questions about that. But I will find you. I'll find you, and I will get back to you on that. At this time, I would like to welcome Keaton.
All right, my name is Keaton Colvang. I am the social events chair for the NSLS.
Oh, Keaton.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm a mic hog.
All right, as I said earlier, I am the social events chair for NSLS Executive Board. And as we gather here today, we commemorate and celebrate your continued leadership experience. Throughout the NSLS induction process, you have gained perspective on how to expand upon your leadership skills and possibly learn new abilities that you may not have had before. You have created commitments to not only yourself, but to your S&T members and citizens in the community. The NSLS speakers have provided insight as to what occurs in the real world by discussing realistic scenarios. You have been able to set achievable goals while also motivating your fellow group members to complete their goals as well. As a result, you have completed the general components of the program, expanded your leadership capabilities, and overall became an improved person as a whole. Today, you reflect the principles and qualities of the National Society of Leadership and Success, and we acknowledge your efforts and welcome you as an inducted member. You have made multiple commitments to pursue your own success story, taking action, and identifying your purpose. You have made a continued commitment to generate a collective vision, inspire and enact positive change, motivate others, and strive to improve. At this time, I would like to continue our ceremony today by welcoming and announcing an inducted NSLS member to share her success story and what NSLS has meant to her. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Sage Forseth.
So good evening, fellow inductees. Oh, I'm sorry. Good evening, fellow inductees, friends, and advisors. My name is Sage Forseth. I am a freshman here at VCSU, and today we celebrate and honor the final steps of completing the induction process into NSLS. It has been a long, interesting journey, but we have finally arrived to this point. From the virtual speakers we have heard to the group discussions we would have about our specific and achievable goals. I want to say that I hope all of you have achieved those goals we established in the spring, and if those goals are still ongoing, I then encourage you to pursue those goals no matter the circumstances. In the grand scheme of things, NSLS has had a huge impact on all our lives. Whether it be learning new leadership skills, building off of skills we already possess, or finding out what our passions are, we have simply dived into our own lives and determined what qualities makes us unique. Personally, NSLS has exceeded my expectations. If you asked me what I knew about NSLS beforehand, I would not have been able to go very much in depth. I wasn't sure what the program had in store entirely. As time went on and I caught on to what NSLS truly meant, I was astonished, and it cultivated how I can become a positive leader in a community. I can't thank Carrie Strickland, her advisors, and the NSLS chapter enough for giving me and us the opportunity to do so. After completing each of the steps towards being inducted into NSLS, I could see drastic changes in my leadership skills and how I conduct my character in the community. Overall, NSLS was a remarkable experience, and I would recommend it to any student who is looking to find out more about leadership, volunteer opportunities, and themselves. In conclusion, NSLS has left an impact on all of us in different ways. We collectively have learned and expanded knowledge about the qualities of leadership that we may have not known before. As a result, we've become better people, better students, better role models, and most importantly, better leaders in this world. I would like to thank Carrie Strickland and her fellow advisors for giving us the opportunity to complete this lengthy process and ultimately guiding us through this journey. I also would like to thank the NSLS chapter for inviting us to the meetings and for giving us the volunteer opportunities. I hope everyone has a safe and positive end of the semester, and I hope we can finish strong. Thank you very much.
Next slide.
And now, I do believe we have another success story, and this is from Benjamin Whitmore. He is a professor for culinary arts at NDSCS, and he provided us a video that we will play right now.
My name is Benjamin Whitmore, and I'm a culinary instructor at North Dakota State College of Science in Wapaton, North Dakota. I am being inducted into the NSLS tonight with all of you, and I wanted to take a few moments to reflect on why I joined the NSLS. I'm quite obviously a non-traditional student. I earned my associate's degree in culinary arts a little over 20 years ago. Since that time, I've been working my way up the kitchen ranks, from line cook to owner of my own restaurant, food truck and catering business. I've done a lot in the culinary world, including becoming a certified executive chef. 2019, after many years of cooking and serving the public, I joined the teaching staff at NDSCS in the culinary department to help train the next generation of cooks and chefs in the restaurant industry. That turned out to be one of the best and yet most challenging choices in my culinary career. It was also at that time that I went back to school to earn a teaching degree. I wanted to be the best possible teacher for my students, and I knew updating my skills would be essential for me to reach that goal. Imagine my surprise when this old cook was invited to be a member of the NSLS Honor Society. The NSLS, through its leadership training, speaker broadcast, and success networking teams, has encouraged me to do my very best work. My first year teaching at NDSCS started out a bit rocky, to say the least. Teaching through COVID was nothing like what I thought teaching would be. Most of my classes are focused on cooking and lab work. The transition to online teaching and learning was a challenge. Yet during that time, people I met in the NSLS encouraged me and helped me to stay focused on my goals, and helped me create relationships with both online and on-campus students that I would not have formed through my classes alone. I especially remember the speaker broadcast by Matthew McConaughey. He talked at length about his book, Green Lights, the affirmation of a green light, that sense of go, 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 That was exactly how my first few months at NDSCS felt. I was new, but I was having a great time, working with students, planning new activities, and utilizing the new skills I was learning in my education classes to better my own students' classroom and lab experience. Then he went on to talk about the yellow and red lights in his life. And that red light experience was exactly how I was feeling at that very moment in time. I had left a great career as a chef and owner of my own business to start again, to get an education and provide an education to a generation that I was clearly removed from by many years. I needed the lessons that McConaughey was teaching. His insight into the lessons of yellow and red lights and how to change them into green lights struck home for me, as my first year as a teacher turned into a very bright red light and transitioned into remote teaching and learning. All of this was happening as my own graduation loomed on the horizon. After that broadcast, I bought the Green Lights book and read it from cover to cover. Stories McConaughey tells of how to change your thinking from red to green was especially insightful to me, and it's helped me to not only survive, but thrive in the post-COVID teaching world. This year, I began the Masters of Education program at VCSU, and recently, I was awarded the 2021 Excellence in Teaching Award from NDSCS. The lessons I learned from my time in the NSLS have helped me to change the red light of a COVID spring and summer to the green light of graduation and continuing my education while providing great instruction to my students. As we all move forward in the new normal, I encourage each of you to choose your friends wisely. Your success in school and in life has a lot to do with the people you surround yourself with. Think about the people you are closest to. Are these people encouraging you to do your very best? Are they questioning why you're working so hard? Are they providing value to your life or draining your energy and causing you stress? Are they bringing out the best in you or holding you back from your true potential? Your peers can provide you with pressure to ignore your responsibilities or to accomplish great things. What are your friends doing for you right now? That is your S&T group. They're there for you, to push you, to be your very best, to encourage you when things get tough. Your friends that you've made through your time in the NSLS can be the advantage, the push, or the encouragement you need to accomplish amazing things. I hope that each of you continue to be part of the NSLS chapter at Valley City. I hope you continue to build relationships with the faculty, staff, and students who will challenge you to be your very best self and define your personal mission and vision, so that you can accomplish your goals both educationally and in your life. And then, when you're ready, I hope that each of you help guide the next group of students to induction in the NSLS. Each of you can be the encouragement the next generation of students needs to be their very best. I want to thank you tonight for your time. I look forward to seeing you in class, whether it be online or on campus. Thank you.
All right. At this time, we will be finally coming to the point which we've been waiting for all this time, actual induction. You will receive your certificates today, but I'm afraid you will not receive your official kits today. Those have not come in yet. They should be coming in within the next week. And Carrie will send you out an email when they come in so you can come pick them up.
We're supposed to be here Friday. It's Sunday.
So hopefully they come in soon. I would like you each to come up when I call your names and stay up here a few minutes after Keaton has passed you your certificate so that the camera can get a good look at you, about 3 seconds, and then you may return to your seat. Jennifer Anderson. Kason Anderson. Garrett Berg. Dahlia Deagle.
Just so your mom can see.
Coy Ellingson. Jekaterina Flanagan.
She went through it while living in North Carolina.
Sage Forseth. Melanie Garcia Vasquez. Serena Gardner. Elizabeth Gaisley. Riley Gerhart. Jay Gruel. Matthew Hall. Garrett Hansen. Jocelyn Hoyt. Cody Junt. Or Junt. Yes. Amy Kenyon.
Amy was a distant learner from Wyoming.
William Knutson. Sarah Jo Koski. I am sorry if I murdered that name. Madeline Langemo. Jennifer Luring. Alicia Moser. Crystal Musser. Bridger Pulver. Samuel Rieger. Fallon Rusvold. Brody Salander. Veronica Schwarzenberger. Austin Scott. Jakenda Short. Mariah Steen. Hayden Thingvold. Nicole Walker. Benjamin Whitmore, whom you have seen earlier. He was currently unable to come to induction today because he is in Wapaton. Really. Megan Wold. All right. Congratulations, you are now fully inducted members of NSLS. I'd like to introduce our current chapter leaders. Our advisor, Carrie Strickland. Our advisor, Brittany Nathan, whom I'm afraid is not here at the moment. Kendra Carl, who is also not here at the moment, but is our secretary. I am sorry, she's right there. My mistake. Community Service Chair, Victoria Vollmer, whom I am certain is not here. Okay. Success Networking Team Coordinator, Benjamin Whitmore, whom you met earlier. Social Events Chair, Keaton Kilving. Student President, Sarah Colwell. And IT Coordinator, Hannah Aberly, who is also not here at the moment, I'm afraid. Yes. Ah, yes. I would like to introduce Carrie once again. She has a little bit of information to share with you guys.
So you may have seen the cords that are here on the desk, on the table. These are the honor cords that NSLS has, and you can go onto the NSLS store and purchase them along with a sash when you graduate from VCSU if you want. I kind of thought, oh, I'm just going to go look and see how much these are on Amazon, and I found them cheaper, and I thought I would offer them up to students if they would like to get honor cords for graduation. A lot of people like to deck out their graduation gowns. So these are for sale, and you don't have to worry about this now. I'll remember, and then when you are seniors and are graduating, then you'll get that email, hey, if you are interested in getting honor cords, you can purchase them from me for $10, and it goes back into the NSLS fund. But Kendra, can you come up, please? Kendra will be graduating in May, and Kendra was a transfer student, and so she became involved with NSLS her junior fall year, and she's going to be graduating in May. And as a member on the exec board team, you will receive your cords free. So if you want to save $10, get involved, and we'll hook you up with some cords. But Kendra, I'd like to present these to you, so you have when you walk at graduation. So congratulations to you. But trust me, I'll keep you in the loop. I won't forget. Well, maybe.
All right. And on that topic, our current new executive members for this next year are our advisor, Carrie Strickland, once again, our advisor, Brittany Nathan, Community Service Chair, Victoria Vollmer, currently Social Events Chair, Keaton Kilving, Student President, Sarah Colwell, self, IT Coordinator, Hannah Aberly, Secretary, William Knutson. If you stand up for a moment, William. Thank you. This is William Knutson. Can you sit down now? Our S&T manager will still be Benjamin Whitmore, and Sage Forsyth has expressed want to be on the board. We do not know at what position she wants thus far, though.
She comes to all the meetings that we have, so we're hoping that she's going to get a title with it. And
if I'm mistaken about that, I'm sorry.
no, you're fine.
Okay. Okay. Our open positions on that front are Social Events Chair, Treasurer, Publicity Chair, Fundraising Chair, Society Events Chair, Membership Outreach Chair, and Vice President. If you are interested in any of these positions, please contact Carrie, Brittany, or myself to talk to us about getting an application. All right. So thank you all for your time you've invested in NSLS. And I hope you learned a lot from this experience. You will be getting your $10 cords that were mentioned earlier at our senior luncheon coming up at the end of the year, which you will get an email sent out about that, so don't worry about that. Then once again, these certificates you got are not your official kit. Your official kit will be coming at a slightly later time. As soon as they come in, we will have Carrie go ahead and send you out an email about them. Thank you all for your time, and congratulations, you are inducted members.
Woo! I'd like to get well, maybe I'll just do it while you guys are sitting so you don't all have to bunch up and stuff. Just a group photo to commemorate this. And then in the back, there's water, and we have some bars out there. Feel free to put some on a plate and take it as you walk out, just to say thank you to you guys. And also, I'm going to leave you with my quote, and you've heard it before, but I'm going to say it again. At this point in time, and as you continue on in life, even at my old age, I say it just about every day. It's time to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I said it just before I got up here to speak to you guys. It's not easy to do some things, but you can do it. You just have to say that and believe it, and you'll feel so much more confident, and you'll feel like you have accomplished so much by not being afraid and not putting yourself out there and being vulnerable a little bit, because you're going to see the rewards in the end. So just so pleased with this group of students, of this group that went through. Like, you guys, I can't say it enough. Like, it was so nice and refreshing to see, and then people asking. And if anyone wants to have access to the green light that Ben talked about, that was in fall semester. Let me know and I can give you access and you can watch it. You don't even have to submit any questions back to me, but I sure liked hearing your reflections on the speakers for those of you that weren't there in person. So once again, congratulations. I hope you guys want to get involved and help us make the organization stronger through your participation. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and good luck with your finals this semester. And next fall, we are going to be back to normal. That's our hope. Big hope. So thank you once again.